I'm pleased to have with me on today the psalmist, the worship leader, the producer, the songwriter, Jonathan Nelson. Put your hands together. See, you don't know, you're famous, man. And I'm gonna tell you how. I mean, I knew you were popular, but when I told my wife, I said, I got to do the interview. She said, "Who is it?" I said, Jonathan Nelson. Oh, tell him I said, "Hey." Wait a minute now, huh? Wait a minute now. What do you mean? Tell him you said, "Hey."
Right. Tell her I said, "Hey," but don't get me in no trouble. Other than that, right there, just
Yeah.
let me just call her Sister Carter.
Yeah. Then my son was like, "Oh, tell him I said what's up." Like, wait a minute now. What about me? So
it's not about you. It's not about you today. It's about me today. Okay, obviously.
So man, thank you for coming on, man. So we gonna get right to it. I'm gonna ask you some questions.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about your songwriting and all that kind of stuff. And I know you have some stuff coming up as well.
Yes,
and
sir.
I'd like to talk about that as well. So first off, let me go to my notes, my little cheat sheet here. How would you describe your writing style?
Okay, so first let me just say this, because I have manners. My father taught me good manners. Let me just say thank you for having me.
Okay.
I never ever take it for granted. When anyone asks me to be a part of any thing that they're doing, any platform. So thank you for having me. And then let me just say this as well before I answer your question. I know the question. You are such a gift to the body.
Oh,
You're hilarious. You're quick-witted. And you're brilliant. And I tell you that all the time on my social media, because the way you can come up with something, I know this is a serious moment, but speaking of songwriter, I mean, the way you can just kind of pull out a melody out of it where it would seem like it's nothing to your average citizen, but you can hear the tone there and the way you can create. I just think that you're brilliant. And so I'm honored to be here to talk to you. But to describe my songwriting, I would say, I'm trying to think of just a few words that I could use to highlight it. Maybe an adjective, songwriting, empowerment, inspirational, encouraging.
Yep, those are good words. That's
Yeah.
your music.
Yeah. And I'd say empowerment more than anything. I think it's because, of course, how the group Purpose. And I think that me having a group by the name of Purpose caused me to write on purpose, pun intended, to help people to develop or empower their purpose. Like my name is Victory, for example. So I think that probably is if you were to get anything, you would get empowerment, inspiration, and encouragement. I think those are the top three.
Yeah, that's good. I say it about Don Lawrence all the time, and I can say that about your style of writing too. Like if you listen to a whole Jonathan Nelson project and you still feeling depressed, you might need to go see. You probably need to go see somebody, because
right.
it's a lot of, like you say, empowerment, encouragement, and so yeah, those are great words. What's your process? Like, do you have a melody first? Is it like, do you hear a scripture or something the preacher says, and do you go to the keyboard? I mean, what's your process? What usually comes first?
Interestingly enough, and that our connection, of course, I became acquainted with you because of Donald. Donald Lawrence is my mentor, and he's just a brilliant man of God. I mean, he just gets it. And I met Donald about 20 years ago now, and as I was developing my songwriting, I started asking him a lot of questions, and our conversations would last 2, 3, 4 hours, because in the midst of him he shared so freely. I started writing down. I would write down notes and literally. I lost my notebook, but I would write down notes and notes and notes. And I mean, he would pour almost like he was talking to a workshop class. I mean, we talk about how's your family doing and da da da. But then we get back to start talking about music. It would no matter where we would go to, it would always come back to. So tell me about music and tell me how you got to songwriting and how did you get to Tri-City? I mean, we're having these conversations. So my process is pretty simple. Like, I play, but I don't play like you guys. If you call on Jesus, he will answer prayer. Look, his ass. Here's that.
I'm not a perfect
Oh,
pitch
okay.
guy.
All right. So
Mm-mm.
anyway, so my process is kind of like that. Um, if I feel a melody come, my process is, and it doesn't. No song is written the same way, and I'm sure you understand that. So if a melody comes, I'll run to the piano and I'll just kind of like play it out a little bit. Um, put it in my voice memo if I'm driving around, moving around.
Mhm.
Um, I wrote a song called Better, Bettah is what I call it, but Better.
Uh-huh.
I was at a church service and Prophet Todd Hall said, turn to your neighbor and tell him my praise causes things to look better. The church is going, right? And I'm telling people, somebody give me a piece of paper. I remember, where's my Bible? My Bible, my original Bible. Oh, no, this is one of them, but my original Bible is somewhere around, but here's one of my writing notebooks. And
He's safe for real. He got the Bible was just right there, y'all.
yeah. I keep the Bible next to the bed. That's old school. But my other Bible, I used to travel around, and it's somewhere around here. I just can't find it. So my Bible was, I still have the piece of paper that I wrote Better on. It was a little yellow, strip. It wasn't a poster, but you know those little yellow pads, the small little. So it was one of those. So somebody gave me a piece of paper and a pen, and in the midst of him preaching, that was a whole lot just to get to this point. But anyway, that's the why do I have to go through all of that? Where's my Bible?
Hey,
anyway,
come on.
so I wrote, my praise causes things to look better. It loosens and breaks every fetter. My faith is released. New blessings released. My praise causes things to look better. In the midst of that service, while people are going shouting and dancing, manifest, which is actually on the it was on my original CD, but it's actually my new single right now. It's we're working it on radio and whatnot. But John Paul McGee, I don't know if you know John Paul or not.
No.
Do you know John? Okay, now let me tell you something right here and now.
Uh-huh.
You got to know who John. You after this night, I'm gonna make sure that I link you. I'm gonna show you some stuff that John Paul. He amazing. He reads, sight reads, and all that kind of stuff. And so John Paul used to play organ.
Okay, anyways, I think I know you're talking about it. But go ahead.
He's amazing. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
So he was on the organ. This preacher was preaching, and the preacher was talking about pregnant possibilities, and he was talking about manifestation, and he was talking about some other things. And it was a very prophetic moment that he was having in the service. And John Paul was playing these minor chords.
Okay, I know. Oh, I keep now I'm butting in, but I've seen his videos on Instagram.
Yes, he is.
And that
super
brother,
dope.
he can. Yeah, he plays. His mind's a little different with the music.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So he just started playing like this mood, and we just like after service, I was like, John, there's something on that, and in the midst of that, I wrote on a tithing envelope, a blue tithing envelope.
Oh, I've written on them plenty of those. Go ahead.
Yes, I literally wrote pregnant possibilities now birthing anew. Travailing to obtain it, for it must come to pass. I decree it, declare it, and call in the spirit. Because the preacher said it in the service. He said, I decree it and I declare it.
Yep.
Now, my church is very Pentecostal, and so we heard decree and declare, but when you start moving into a prophetic place and people start saying decree and declare, it just hit different. And calling in the spirit to become what God's designed me to be. And then I kept writing on. I flipped the. I mean, like it was hardly no place to write on the tithing envelope, of which I still pay my tithes. Amen. Your future, your promises shall be fulfilled. Yes, you shall obtain it, for it must come to pass. And I mean, and we just kind of went from there. It's just crazy.
And like you said, it hits different when the choir says, "I decree it." That's when they're like,
"That's right, that's right." It really does. I mean, in for me, when you talk about writing, I was trying to find you. So since you talk about writing, you know the song "Jesus, everything you are, everything you are." Don't worry about it if you don't know it. It's on the Fearless record, but it'll be on this record too. So here is the original piece of paper that I wrote the song on. Speaking of songwriting.
Wow. So you still using paper now? Oh, that's 1999. Okay.
No, I don't. But I still, I've been trying to like go back and just kind of find out like places where I've written songs, and I might just get it like, I might get this stuff. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. This is the original piece of paper that I wrote "Healed" on. This is "Healed." This is the original piece of paper. You see the date?
Wow.
Can y'all see the date? I don't know if you can see the date or not. You see it?
That's the original. Okay.
I wrote this 2/23/02. I wrote "Healed" 2/23/02. So this is the original piece of paper I wrote "Healed" on. This is crazy. 18 years later.
Wow.
So I've been trying to like find like I've been just searching through my stuff, just trying to find where I wrote my songs and whatnot, because it's taking me down like a memory lane. Matter of fact, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that stuff. I might just take some pictures on it or something, but it's taking me down memory lane. But it also reminds me of where I was when I wrote the song, the place I was in. So when you talk about the process, it's also the season that I'm in. So if I'm in a season of, if I feel burdened, then I'm going to write myself out of the burden. You know what I mean? Right. I'm not going to say, okay, like the Lord gave me the song, "The Struggle Is Over." I mean, I wasn't, people say, I don't want to talk about no struggle. Well, in life it is. So you can talk about where you are, but you have to also bring a person out of it. So, I mean, I made it simple. The struggle is over. That's prophetic. It's encouraging. It is what it is. So you can stay in the struggle if you want to, but I'm saying the struggle's over for me. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like where I am. I try to write from when I hear it. So in the middle of the night, excuse me, I'm sure you've been in this place where you wake up and a melody just hits you.
Oh yeah.
And you got to run to the piano, or you got a voice memo just so you can save it. Yep. Just so you can save it to when you fully are alert. I've been in my car riding. It's a song. What song was it that I wrote? I was in my car riding. Oh, one of the new songs, "Thank You, Lord." That's on a new record.
Right.
I just started in my car. I was driving and said, "You've been good to me. You've been good to me, more than I can say." Right. And I just said it. I just sang it to my voice memo, and I sent it to Kenny Shelton, who I do most of my co-writing with, and we just kind of went from there. So that's my process.
Okay. That's good stuff. Now, when the song is done, do you do it for the first time at a recording, or do you test it out at church service?
It varies. So most of mine are when the song is complete. Okay, I'm project oriented personally. Like, it's some people that write and they pour. Their writing pours. My writing is not necessarily like that. I'm usually project oriented. When I say that, I mean I'm a project oriented person in general. So I think we might have like a little ADD. Musicians ADD. We have musicians ADD, whatever. But once my focus comes when it's time to get a job done, right? And so when it's time to get a record done, I could say I'm going to record in December, and I could have no music, and by the time November comes, it's like a pour. It's like a flow at that point. So that's kind of like where I am. But I don't know that I write it and release it to the church as an artist, if that makes any sense.
I got you.
It's two brains working at the same time for me. Two sides of the brain. One side is the worship leader side. Now the worship leader side, the song of the Lord, there's songs that come literally right in service, and we just go with it, even if it doesn't feel good, sound good, and I'll doctor it up as I go. But from a professional artist side, I do wait until the song. Donald Lawrence says it like this. I used to send him little ideas and concepts, and he'll say, he calls me Johnny. That's my nickname in Baltimore. He says, "Johnny, I don't think that's fully baked." That was a nice way of saying the song ain't ready. You know what I mean? But at first, I took offense to it initially, but because I didn't understand what his process was.
Yeah, he gave me a not fully baked review as well before. So,
but guess what? He's on it.
Yeah.
So when you take it and you take it as constructive, if you're my mentor, I'm submitting to your. I think authority might be a strong word, but I'm submitting to your insight. Iron sharpens iron. I'm submitting to your iron sharpening my iron, even if I don't necessarily like how it feels. I am where I am today because he has really walked me through every record. He listens to the stuff and whatnot. There's not one record that I've done that Donald hasn't put his ears on, giving me constructive critique to this day. This record that's coming out, as we were mixing it, I was like, "Hey, Donald, can you put your ears on this? I just want to get how do you feel about it? Such and such and such." And he gives me his feedback.
Yeah. Even if he's
overwhelmed,
better ears than that.
no. And even when he's overwhelmed with work and whatnot, he will still get back to me a day or two later, but he'll get back to me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's another way I'll know that a song is complete and it's ready to be presented to the general public for consumption and for also encouragement, empowerment.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite song? I mean, of course, if you've written the songs, of course you like them. But what's a song like that song? That's my song. That means a lot to me. That particular song
That I've written, or
that
a song
that you've written.
Okay, favorite song that I've written. Wow. I'm just trying to think through my catalog.
Oh, he's so big
I
time.
think
I just might look through my catalog. Let me check my Bible and my others.
let me see. Let me look at my this is my songwriting book.
Yeah, let me see.
As it relates to, I don't know that there's one,
Mm-hmm.
you know. I think that there are I think they speak to me in different ways.
Yeah.
I think Healed is probably one of my favorites from the perspective of what I went through
Mm-hmm.
at the time where I lost my job, I was unemployed, and to see what that song did, like, to me, all of that, you can't build a better story. I was unemployed, I was walking around the mall, and I had no money, but I was just walking around the mall because I was window shopping, and I started singing I Am Healed. I got in the car and I started singing it till I got home. And then you saw that I wrote it and whatnot. And to see how that song, Donald put up a clip last week of him and company. They were on BET
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
for a McDonald's thing, and they were
Uh-huh.
singing it, and they sang the stew out of it. Do you hear me? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, like, to this day, that man still inspires me.
Yeah.
I still, like, two men that have really affected my life. You know, my dad, of course, and Donald Lawrence is like a hero of mine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to watch him operate and move and maneuver and watch a company after all these years,
Yeah.
he's still you know, like, some people, you know, like, you can see like they kind of lose their steam.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if he's tired or not from all the work, because he said, John, you know, you talk to me like, Johnny, I'm so tired, I've been working. He can just get
Still
up and
go.
just do it. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
God, yes. So the way that song has grown over time, even in the way he's taken it and owned it, so to speak,
Mm-hmm.
and just still sings it, I think that song really blesses me from that perspective. Like,
Okay.
where I was, and 18 years later, how it's still blessing people literally across the globe.
Yeah.
It's very humbling. And then I think maybe Right Now Praise.
Right now, praise. Okay. Okay.
That song is dear to me. I wrote those songs around the same time frame.
Mm-hmm.
I was a new writer, unemployed, lost my job, and this is before I've become an artist. I'm writing songs.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing background singing for some artists and whatnot, but I wasn't an artist per se.
Mm-hmm.
And when I wrote right Now Praise, it was just a dark place I was in, driving to school. I was a substitute teacher, wasn't making a lot of money, and I literally was crying on my way to work this
Mm-hmm.
particular day. And I literally just started singing, I am just the praise from my breakthrough,
Uh-huh.
just the praise away
Mm-hmm.
from my blessing. It was like I was singing myself out of it.
Yeah.
And I know this is churchy, but again, as we empower and as we encourage, I think prophetically, that means that we're speaking things that don't necessarily exist in our now, that we want to see in our now, but it
Mm-hmm.
is a part of our future. So you're bringing a piece of your future to your now. And so that song began to change the course of my life as well, as it relates to the way I thought about life, not necessarily financially, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. No, I
Now,
understand.
now He'll bless my life financially in a way that, thank you, Father. Okay,
Right.
all
Right.
right.
So
So,
you see that, this brother, he lost his job. He said he was at the mall. He was standing outside Foot Locker. He couldn't afford no shoes. He just looking in there. He couldn't get any shoes because
in
he's
a car
got
that got repossessed.
in the car that got repossessed. But look what came out of it. Now
Yeah.
he's sitting here now with his songbook and his Bible, got his catalog. Come on now.
Right.
Woo.
Oh God.
Have you? No, I'm not. You kind of answered a lot of my questions already.
I'm sorry.
You messed up my flow.
Go, but keep asking. Keep going. Just we here. Let's go.
Oh, do you have a song and a lot of sometimes people don't want to say this because we act like we're so deep. But you I know you'll answer this. Do you have a song that you've written where like it really didn't get too much, public acclaim or praise, but you like, man, I think y'all slept on that song. That's a good song.
Everything You Are.
Everything
That's
You Are.
on. Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
what project did you say that was on?
That's on. Okay, so those are my original project that we recorded back in 2002, live in Baltimore. And I did it again on my Fearless record. See,
Okay.
you're not familiar with it, right? So that tells me
So
that it didn't.
don't
No,
say
no,
that.
but I'm just saying.
You
No,
just
no, no,
jog
no.
my memory.
Well,
But just say in general. Don't bring it to me.
okay, all right.
Because
So
I
in general,
just
in
forgot.
general, but I know that you are. I know that you are in tune. So for me, a person that's in tune musically,
I know what you said.
you know what I mean. So it just didn't connect like I really wanted it to. Um, and so I went back to it. This record, it's a song that Jason and I did. Um, the vamp or whatever you want to call it, just the turnaround. I am because of you. I am because of you.
Is that the one that is wine is on it?
No, that's a different one. That's BB Winans.
Yeah.
That's a different one.
Okay.
So that's Declarations, but you close. You warming up.
Okay.
So on Fearless, I turned it around. Oh Jesus, oh Jesus, Jesus, everything you are, everything you are.
Yeah,
Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna have to
But
pull that one back
but
out.
now right, exactly. But
Yeah,
hopefully
okay.
this is a moment where people will go back and say, "Oh, let me go listen to that song."
Yeah.
Anyway, so we went back to that song. That's one of those songs that it's melodically beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It is simple. It's potent. It's worship. It's
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. It's just one of those songs that's very dear to me, and I just really wish that it had gotten more acclaim. I don't know if that's the
Yeah,
right
no, I know
word. You know
what
what
you
I'm
mean. Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Yeah, but that's one of the songs for sure.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, and I think I told you this before, but the song of Declarations that he released that in 2018, uh, Jesus, You Are Lord. That's track 9 off of there. That song,
Anisha Figueroa.
I don't really hear, that wasn't on the radio or anything, but I'm telling you all, if you get a chance, listen to that song. That song hurt me. That song hurt me.
I get it.
Yeah, it had. I mean, I had a job, but it had me feeling like I was at the mall and I couldn't get any shoes. I mean, it just
Right.
that's a beautiful song, man. That
Thank
song,
you.
the music arrangements, the vocal arrangements, and of course she's just singing. That song.
Anisha. Yep.
That song is. If
We
you get a chance, listen to that song. You are. Go ahead.
That was one of the songs. I was in my car. Okay, so the one of the crazy thing is, you know how like all your voice memos normally transfer over.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
lost a whole catalog of voice
Yeah.
memos when I switched, I think, to my last phone, and my feelings are so hurt
Mm-hmm.
because it was my songs in there. They're not in the cloud or nothing. I don't know what to do. But anyway, I was in my car driving, and that sat in my voice memo for a long time. I was just in my car, just singing, "Jesus, you are Lord.
Yeah.
Jesus, you are Lord. Jesus, you are Lord of all." But I didn't know what to do with it. And
Mm-hmm.
so we went to New York. And when I say we, I'm talking about Kenny Shelton, who has
Mm-hmm.
written with me many songs.
Mm-hmm.
So we were asked to, long story short, we were asked to record a song or two with Anisha Figueroa Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my sister. Ooh, that girl, she just sing.
Yes.
Her voice is like butter.
Yes.
Kirk Franklin said it's like cognac. I don't know what cognac tastes like, so I can't relate, but I know what butter tastes like, so her voice is like butter. But anyway, so when we went there, I sang it to her, and so we started working on I had some of the lyrics, but I got a little stuck,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so then she, myself, and Kenny, we finished writing it together. And that song was just sitting, and I said, Anisha, I really feel like we should put this song on my record. One thing I've learned about Donald is he believes in creating platform. He believes in using his platform to push other gifts. And he has always told me we become to help others become. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
certainly not a Donald Lawrence, nor is my platform wide or huge like his. But if I consider myself, people talk about sonship, in this day and time to use it for church. But if I'm a mentee, or if I'm learning from one of the things that he's always shown me is generosity.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also shown me, what it means to sow a seed into someone's life. And so I wanted just to bless Anisha with whatever platform I had. And I said, Anisha, I have nothing to gain from this. That all it is going to represent is me writing and, you know, production for me. But this is a moment to really highlight you and to really push your gift on my platform. And so I'm glad that you said that, because I think that's another song that we need to over time go back to
That
and
song,
do something with it. Yep.
that song is awesome.
Yes,
Look,
sir.
and I'm just sitting here and realizing that I don't have this thing on the right view. So I just totally messed up all of that. Just what was it about? Maybe about 20 minutes of just the wrong view.
Oh,
But
really?
that's okay. We're just gonna press on. I kind of I might
When
I
you
don't.
said the wrong view, like,
Yeah, I
is it
got.
sideways
Well,
or?
it was just all you. I'm in the little square up top. So basically, whoever's talking, that's who it's on. So it's not the side by
Okay.
side view.
Okay. I see side by side on my side though.
Yeah, see, I didn't get that. So now I feel bad. Now I feel like just getting in my car and crying. But that's okay. I'm
So
just
you
gonna
want to rewind it and start everything over?
give her right now praise.
Because I remember how I started. But go ahead. Oh, okay,
Right,
no.
that is how you started. All right, yeah, we just gonna keep going. That's all right.
Okay,
Do
I'm
you have
pressing on.
right? We gonna finish this thing. I can't believe this, and this is the second time I've done that. But anyways, do you have any advice for up and coming songwriters that are trying to get their stuff out there? What advice would you have?
Okay, so I always try to tell people this. I think one of the best things that I could have had in my life is a mentor.
Hmm.
I think that, um, and it's not about being an opportunist more than it is about gaining opportunity from having someone speak into your life.
Hmm.
I think as a songwriter, people are looking at songs and creating the songs and the ABC of it. But I think that if you had the right person in your life, you would even know how to shape your songs and your sound.
Hmm.
Because God can give you songs, but you don't know how to build the sound around what it is that He's given you. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I will also say that make sure, John P. Key has always said this, make sure that the song is singable. You know, um, when you have a song like, let's just use "So Long Bye Bye." I'm singing all these songs in the wrong key,
Hmm.
but you get it. So long, bye bye, goodbye to my pain and my sorrow. So long, bye bye. So I'm making sure that it's. I wasn't even trying to target. Like, I don't even know what happened, but that song is just taking on a life of its own.
Hmm.
Kids love it all over the. I'm now
Yeah.
a kid favorite. I was never a youth and a kid favorite. I never had those kind of gigs, but
Hmm.
now I do because of that song.
Hmm.
But I try to always find something that is relatable melody wise,
Melody
to
wise.
relatable from this sense that every generation at the same time can sing it.
Hmm.
So my grandmother, who is not a singer, my mother and father, who really aren't singers, but they can, you know what I mean? They can make it through. Then I'm thinking about young people. I'm thinking about people our ages. I'm thinking about people, you know, underneath us age wise. So if we all can sing it at the same time, almost like we're in a church service, then
Hmm.
that might be something. Then that might be something that can be used, because a singable song is a memorable song. So you need to have a melody that's singable, but you need to have something that people will remember. It's not a hit if people don't remember. If they heard it one time, they're like, "Oh, okay, that's cute." But if they hear it and they are walking away singing it, and they singing it in their cars, like, where did I get this song from?
Hmm.
Then I think you have something special. So having somebody in your life that can help you shape your songs, making sure your songs are singable, making sure that they are memorable, and then you don't have to fight to have all of these lyrics and all of these words to make it fancy. Less is more.
Right.
You know, I
Yeah.
always try to tell people less is more. I think that the beauty of less is more is you can highlight other areas versus it being too much music. And I'm talking about music arrangements is what I'm speaking of,
Hmm.
or over arranging the BGVs. I think less is more because you are creating timeless, classic, but I'm not talking about old, but timeless, classic music that you can dial in at any time, like a
Hmm.
wonderful change.
Right.
It'll never not be a classic. It'll never not be a hit. It's always a hit. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
So songs like that. So if you want to be a songwriter for real, listen to the great songs. Go back to and listen to Milton Brunson and the Thompson Community Singers, and Richard Smallwood and Donald Lawrence and Jonathan Nelson, and even dumb, right? Andre Crouch and uh, Thomas Whitfield and Twinkie Clark. The Clarks is like, listen to all of those people Marvin Winans and the Winans, all of those people, they have built their careers not just on their performance, but their careers have been built because they have songs.
Yep. So yeah, he said make them singable, and all your songs they're catchy. You don't have a ton of words, and they're always singable. But those background singers, they like to go up in the sky. He like to arrange.
I knew it.
Have tenors sing high B flats.
But you gotta, if you're gonna sing. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna be back there, if you're gonna be back in the background. Donald Lawrence also said this. He said, Jonathan, if you're gonna be in the background, let the people know you're back there.
Yeah. Well, he let us know. But I'm always having to change the keys to his songs to fit the choir because they're too high. Because they always cool till they get to the end. He go to that inversion. And like, oh Lord, I can't. Oh no, my sopranos can't hit that.
I know who I am. Right. Yep.
What was the one on Expect the Great? You had one on that too.
You talking about this Expect the Great in itself?
Did you have? I'm talking about like a high part on that.
Expect.
That
The great blessing. Right. It's always one section. Because I feel like when you get to the vamp, I feel like the vamp is like the zenith. It's the mountaintop of the song, not necessarily. So when you get there, you gotta sometimes you just gotta just sit there and just get that message branding all the way, like get it all the way into people and just sit there until they get it, and then you can come on out.
Yeah, and that's what he does. He make us sit there because he know we can't grab the mic and hit the notes.
But you know what? If you go down the half step, you should be okay. Like my name is Richard's in D flat, so if you go down the C, you should be okay.
I gotta do a whole.
Because I mean, the tenors
can't 1.5.
But if your tenors can't sing a G, they not tenors. Okay, we're gonna get in trouble.
They now. Come on now.
Okay. I'm just saying. If they A flat, I understand, but if they can't sing G, all right, come on. You really got
now what tenors you talking about now? What kind of tenors are we talking about?
Tenor, you're a tenor.
Common regular tenors?
If you're a tenor, you're a tenor. It doesn't matter what age is. If you're a tenor, you're a tenor. There's a certain kind of range and timbre in the tenor voice, and the same thing with the alto. Now, if a tenors can sing G, now can they stay there? Maybe not, but they can sing tenor. Then you get some tenorettes in the section, and then you'll be okay.
Tenorettes, yeah. Well,
yes, that's what we do.
About them tenorettes. All right.
I want to say this though. Like at New Birth, we have we haven't had a choir since March, of course, but in my church choir, I make them sing. Like, get up there. You gonna give me what I want. I'm gonna make you sing. We're gonna sing it until we get it right. And I think people appreciate the push. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I do write a little high. Okay, I would say that.
Well, no, I mean, and you're a worship leader, but if people that listen to your music, you can hear that. Well, you said at the time, you can hear that choir influence.
Of course,
like the parts and like that Jesus, you are Lord, the parts and I mean, so yeah, I mean, I love it. I'm just teasing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff. What do you have coming up? I know you've been talking about some new music and everything. Can you tell us a little bit about that? A little bit.
So if I can give a date?
I mean,
okay. So October 23rd, I'm dropping a new CD. Well, I mean, do we do CDs anymore? I mean, I don't know what you call it, but I mean, dropping new music. So I've been trying to figure out album. It's dropping on all of our digital media outlets, Apple Music and iTunes, because I carry an iPhone. I don't know about any Android users, but no shade, whatever. I don't know what you guys use. I think Google Play or something like that. But anyway, I'm back. I did venture to the left, but I'm back with you. So Purpose, Jonathan Nelson and Purpose, we're dropping our reunion CD. Interestingly enough, I closed that chapter probably back in 2012, 2013, maybe 14, to kind of move and to do more single artistry opportunities. It was just, life was just different. And a lot of my singers were doing a lot of different things or whatever the case may be. So it's been about maybe 6 years since we've been together, like on stage. And so this year, it's a special year for us because it's our 20th year together. Okay. So we started in 2002. I think I met Donald in 99 or 2002. We did background for Karen around that time, but as a group officially established, it started in 2002. And so this year celebrates our 20th year. So October 23rd, we're dropping new music as well as some older songs and some songs that people didn't pay attention to. Like, I don't know if you remember the song "I Am Your Song."
I am the
Like,
song. No, I'm thinking about I am redeemed.
yeah, right.
I
No,
am your
yes,
song.
no,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
it right
yeah,
there.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
And then "Drench My Heart." You remember "Drench My Heart"? It's on
What's
Right Now Praise CD. "Drench my heart, the band be now with us."
I
Anyway,
got it. I don't
that
remember that
that's
one.
all right. It's we in a record. See, that's why I went back to some of the songs again. So that's some of those songs that were out there lingering, but you may not have paid attention to. So anyway, that's what's going to be on this record, and it's they are doing some demolishing singing. Do you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
It's some great singing.
Okay.
My brother Jason is on there with us. I don't know if you know Juanita Conti. She's been with me.
Yes.
So she did Champion. So she's been with me since 2006.
Mm-hmm.
So I brought the family back together, my original band. So on the 23rd, we dropped a record. But on the 25th, we are doing as we would call it, a CD release virtual concert.
Mm-hmm.
And that is going to be amazing. So you got to get a ticket, of course, to be a part of the concert, to enjoy the concert. And Crystal Rucker, who recorded with us in 2002. Melvin Crispell is joining us. Melvin Crispell III. And when I tell you, get ready, because he can sing for no reason. And of course, my brother Jason. Jason's been a part of our journey since the very beginning. He's my twin brother, so anything I'm doing, pretty much, you can rest assured that Jason's gonna be a part of it. You know what I mean? So October the 25th, that's Sunday, and if I can give the website, JonathanNelsonVirtualExperience.com, www.JonathanNelsonVirtualExperience.com. To get your tickets, and you can get your tickets right now. They're on sale. We have early bird special, and we have the VIP special.
Come on and promote. Go ahead.
Yes. So get your tickets. That's the only way. So we're not doing it. We are doing it on a platform, the same platform that the Clarksons did their concert on.
Okay. Yeah.
You're not going to see it on Facebook. You're not going to see it on IG. You're not going to see it on YouTube. You have to go to the website to be able to get a ticket, and you have to purchase a ticket in order to view the concert. We had to do that to protect the music. And then for publishing rights and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
it's just easier to do it that way, where we can kind of govern it, and hopefully people won't do screenshots and all that kind of stuff. I mean, maybe they will, but you know how that is. But more than anything,
the Saints are going. You're gonna have something out there, but that's all right.
But this is the way to protect our music and really build my own database of followers and whatnot. So that weekend, the 23rd of October, and then the 25th of October is the concert. The 23rd, the music drops. 25th is the virtual concert experience, and it's gonna be amazing for real, bro.
Oh, cool, man. Hey, y'all make sure y'all support. I mean, and all of your CDs, they've consistent, and
Yes,
it helps that you haven't you see some people when they have something good, they kind of change their formula.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
like you say, you've been working with the same writer, you've been working with the same MD. And that helps you having
since I started. Kenny's been with me since I started.
That helps a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And so that sound, you mean new songs, but it's still the same. And yeah, you've always been consistent over the years, man. And I appreciate that as a consumer.
Thank you. I think it's important though, like once you find your identity, because I will make this admittance. I did use a lot of, when I first started, I used a lot of influence of Donald and Tri-City. Like a lot of breathy tones, a lot of, and Donald I'm telling you, I paid attention in class. Donald didn't come to a whole lot of my rehearsals, but he would kind of tell me how to approach it. And then I would just tweak it and work with it at rehearsal. And so initially I didn't have a sound per se,
right?
Because I was tweaking my sound as I was finding my identity,
right?
But I used a lot of what Donald taught me. And now that even with some of the same technique that maybe Tri-City uses, there's no comparison to, we don't sound like Tri-City. We sound like us. You know what I mean? But I've gotten a lot of stuff from Tri-City and Donald Lawrence. You know what I mean? But we are not them. You know what I mean? We found our identity over time, and so our sound. And the one thing that we've tried to do is be consistent. When you listen to John P. Key, you listen to Kirk Franklin, you listen to Tri-City, Fred Hammond over the years, like that Pages of Life record, I mean, that is like a gem. You know what I'm saying? So the Clark sisters, I mean, like when you listen to the continuity down through the years is what people appreciate, that you do remain who you are, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, I definitely Definitely can say that about you and your ministry and your team and your whole crew.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, been consistent over the years, and that's all I have, man. So what I'm gonna do, since I messed up the whole screen, I'm just gonna on the the little thumbnail, I'm gonna have it like this, so people think it looks like this the whole time. And then they don't have to find out until they watch it that I actually messed it up. So we
it's okay. So you're the little square box at the top the whole time?
Yeah. I was
or
a little
vice
square.
versa.
Right. So I was a little square box, and I'm talking to you, so that didn't even cross my mind. But of course, so when they see it, they'll just see you, and then
I got you.
I'll pop in every time I say a little something. But other than that, I mean, it's you to start anyways. So
it's all good. It's COVID. Listen, we're figuring things out. What you have done, what you probably have, like last year this time, what we have been doing this. You know what I mean?
Exactly. No, you're right. You're right.
So it is what it is. What it is. As long as the people get the content, and as long as they come and enjoy it and gain something from it, I'm all game. I'm all for it. I'm game.
And again, check out Jesus, You Are Lord. That's my song. So I'm gonna put that out there for me.
No, I receive it, man. Yes, sir.
All right, y'all put y'all hands together for Jonathan Nelson. Come on, y'all. Man, appreciate you, man, taking the time to do this, man.
Yes, sir.
We will support. We will support. Well, we're gonna check them prices, make sure they ain't too crazy first.
They're not too pricey.
Okay.
Not too pricey. I need y'all ticket sales though. I'm serious. I need your ticket sales. See,
he's serious. Right, he's serious too. Yeah.
Barry, I need you serious.
Yeah.
I need you to get these tickets. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. We want you to enjoy it though.
Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
All right, take care.